Tonight's DJNTV show is sponsored in part by Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, ADJ, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, Newmark, and DJNTV Insiders.
Are you a DJ and you've ever considered going with a management company for your DJ gigs? Or maybe you want an agency to help you set up tours? Then this video is for you. What's up, my Good Vibe DJ tribe? This Ask Kilma question comes from Ryan, aka Groove Tactics, from our very own Good Vibe DJ tribe. He wants to know all about working with DJ agencies, the pros, the cons, what that might look like depending on what kind of DJ you are. So let's start with exactly that. There are lots of different DJs. There are nightclub and lounge DJs. There are wedding and corporate DJs. There are also DJs like myself that enjoy doing festivals and out-of-town DJ gigs. So if you are within the realm of the commercial side of things, the top 40 music, maybe you are doing more mainstream events in nightclubs and lounges. Maybe you are focused in the wedding industry and corporate gigs. The pros to working with a company that specializes in that aspect is the fact that chances are you're going to get paid every single time, regardless if the client pays you. If they're a professional company, then they're making sure that their DJs are always getting paid. Another pro to this is experience. Maybe you are brand new to the scene or you're having difficulties getting enough gigs to be regularly getting that experience. You could save a lot of money for those initial startup costs if you're already using gear that they've got available for you. Sometimes they're supplying the sound and DJ gear. They could be supplying the music backlog as well. With their company, they may already be licensed and covering insurance and ensuring that you don't have to worry about the negotiating at all. And if you're somebody that doesn't like to negotiate, this is pretty sweet. The downside to something like that is that usually you are only making a fraction of what they are charging the clients. So for example, maybe they're charging an upwards of $1,000 for a wedding, but you're only making about $250 of that. And they justify it because they already have the name of the company, they're dealing with the negotiations, they're supplying the sound and the gear and the licensing. Now, $250 for a wedding is not a lot of money, but if you're first starting out and you're trying to get that extra funds on the weekend so that eventually you can run your own business or quit that day job, then $250 for a few hours is probably pretty sweet in comparison of your hourly wage at your 9-to-5 job. In the long run, it might not work for you, but it is a great way to get you started and experience in the industry. Heading over to the festival gigs and out-of-town tours for maybe electronic music DJs, there are a lot of amazing things that come with working with an agency. So they can figure out all the legalities, the work visa. They are the ones to make sure that the contracts are in order. And I find a lot of the times you're actually making more money with an agency. Even though they take a portion of your cut, they are better at negotiating and often ask for a higher dollar rate than you might ask for yourself. They can also take care of flights, hotels, making sure that you get additional gigs around the area. So say, for example, you're in one part of the country, they can likely land some additional gigs while you are there because they've already got the contacts the clients have. The other really cool thing about working with agencies is they usually have a management section that is going to help you build your press. And the really fantastic thing about being on a roster with a bunch of other professional artists is that it already makes you look so much better as an artist. So let's jump into how to even get on these DJ agencies in the first place, because I think that's something a lot of people want to know. If you know me and you know my brand, then you know I am huge on EPKs, electronic music press kits. This is your DJ resume. This is what's showcasing all of your talent. It's got your bio, professional press photos, interviews, your backlog of music. This is your DJ resume, and this is one of the great ways that you can showcase yourself to these agencies, whether it is wedding and corporate or whether it is going with a bigger agency that's going to help you get more gigs globally. I would definitely go for the personal touch in messaging that roster, showing the love and support and checking out what they've got going on before applying, just to make sure you're not missing out on some really important details to what the application process might look like. When it comes to the bigger DJ agencies, however, you are much more likely to get on with them if you've already got quite a few out-of-town gigs coming in that you need management for. Maybe you are a bit overwhelmed trying to get all those details in order, and maybe you are asking for a pretty decent fee already. That would be a great opportunity to go over to the DJ agencies and say, hey, you know, I've got multiple gigs coming in and I could really use a company to manage all of this stuff so I can focus on the music aspect. I would also make sure that you are consistent in your brand. So putting out music regularly, making sure that you are going above and beyond to promote your brand. Yes, they can definitely help you to get DJ gigs, but you have to help yourself and make sure that you're an artist that people actually want to listen to and hear, and they can physically see that engagement if they go online or check your sales for a lot of your content. There are going to be some smaller newer companies that may be looking to build their roster and are willing to take you on even though you don't have a huge backlog of content just yet, and that can work out really nicely. The con to that is just that you might not necessarily know if that agency is going to work for you, and one of the big professional tips that I would recommend is that you look into these agencies, check in with the other artists that are already on, and make sure that they're happy. Because one of the cons to working with agencies, especially big ones that have a lot of artists to manage, is that sometimes they're not very quick at getting back at promoters, and that can be really frustrating when there is a short timeline, when promoters are looking for efficient agencies to work with. You don't want to miss out on opportunities for gigs because your agency isn't contacting those promoters quickly enough, and then they end up going with another artist. But again, this is something you can usually figure out pretty quickly by asking some of the other artists that they're working with, or even some of the other promoters out there that have already booked artists from that agency. I hope you found this answer helpful. I am sure from here we can go in a lot of different directions, but I want to hear from you guys. What are some of the things that you're doing to get more opportunities? Are you working with an agency? Are you negotiating stuff on your own? This can be something that can also be really wonderful because, you know, in the wedding aspect, you could ask for so much more money negotiating your own wage, especially if you already have all of the equipment and sound and you have more financial freedom and decide what clients you actually want to work with. I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you have any Ask Kilma questions, hashtag Ask Kilma on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Or you can email me or PM me on Facebook, beats@kilmamusic.com.